Hey, Dr.
Hey,
Andrea, how are you today?
Dr. Ardrey. Good, very good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you too. Um, yeah, it's beautiful here in California. Hope it's not too hot in Vegas.
Actually, it's so nice. I went for an early walk and I'm so happy I did, although it makes me a little frazzled trying to race in and be ready for our our morning show. But I'm telling you, walking around that lake, getting in those 10,000 steps,
Oh,
really gives
nice.
me a nice charge, to begin the day. And it's so pleasant. Now, this is when Vegas is fabulous.
That's awesome to get your morning power walk in.
Yes, 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 yes. Well, welcome everyone to another episode of Wealth Doctors. I'm Dr. Stephanie Ardrey, and with me is Dr. Andrea Lee. And this is where we talk to you about strategies that will be useful for helping you with not only taking care of your right now, but helping you to foster the wealth for generations to come. So we hope that you enjoy our information. Again, it's for information only. We're not giving any type of legal, tax, or other advice, investment advice. We're just sharing our particular experiences as well as case studies to offer you with some additional perspectives. And I know for me, both wearing the hat of business advisor and in the commercial real estate space, sadly, what I've seen is when families fail to take care of their planning, all of the things that can happen, and also the things that you don't know, right, until you do.
Right, exactly. Because it's important that when you have a family, a business, you do want to set up a planning in advance to protect your business and also to protect your family. Create a safety net, create a retirement nest egg for your retirement, and all of that come into play for financial security and protection, right? And that is so important. And a lot of people think financial security is something so far off, so big, so grand that it's hard to achieve, but it is easier than you think. I mean, it's if you set aside some times and some planning in advance, it's achievable and it's closer than you think where you are. So talk to your financial advisor or your whoever that helped you to fine tune your financial process. Talk to those advisor and they'll give you tips. And if not, reach out to us. We can share with you the information that we know and we have to improve you financially.
Absolutely. So today, what's our topic about today?
Today we have a very, very special topic, especially this past week. Have you experienced the up and down of the market? Do you get dizzy just seeing the S&P 500 and the market just going up and down? I got dizzy.
I tell you,
Right.
roller coaster ride for real.
Right. So today we're bringing to you the special topic is about indexing. And what is indexing? And how does it work? How does it protect your money and how to grow your money? So very, very special topics. Anyone can tune in today. We have a special treat for you.
Wonderful. Well, let's get it going. So I'm always excited, especially when we start talking about just, not only ways to protect your resources, because I saw an ad the other day and it talked about just how many different ways our money is taxed. So if you have some money that you have that actually gets to a place where you can do something with, it's about making sure that you make decisions so that your money can do some work for you.
Is exactly, and especially with the markets cycles, there are a lot of up and down. Let me share with you a screen so you see what we're talking about here. Let's bring this up. Okay, can you see on your side?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. One moment here. So we're talking about, the timeline of the market crash since the 1929 to 2021. And you see a cycle going up and down through the history, right? So starting in 1929, Wall Street crashes. 1929, and then 1937 recessions, and 1962 hit, and all the way the Black Monday 1987. Now, passing forward, the closest one is 2008. Does everybody know about 2008 financial crisis happened in 2007?
Mm-hmm.
So that when the market dropped 38%. So that is a huge crash, especially if people are near retirement years. You don't have that much time left to earn back. So let's say if you have, a couple $100,000 in your retirement 401k or IRA, now 38% drop. We're talking about what, 76,000 drop. And how long does it take you to gain that back? Right? So passing forward 2011, 2015, and then 2020, when coronavirus hit, the stock market crash. That's quite a bit. And I've seen my 401k drop quite a bit during that year. So, if you are in the retirement already and most of your money is not, if not all of it or most of it in the safe investment like bonds and mutual funds and all those indexing strategy, you could have experienced a huge loss during that years, and you don't have very much time to gain it back, or your time horizon is limited. For younger folks out there, in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they have an opportunity to gain that back. The cycle of the market, we're talking about 7-10 years, you see some crashes or down market downturns. So how do you overcome that, especially if you have your money in the market? The 401k or IRA, the fully in the market, and depends on how you allocate that money and grow the money over time based on your years of retirement, how many years you have left. So how do you protect that money?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important. Some of the questions you may want to ask is, no one know what or can predict what the next market drop is, right? Can you tell what the next market drop is?
Right. We never know exactly. We always try to look at, what are the symptoms, but there are numerous variables that usually contribute. I mean, if you've looked over kind of
Mhm.
cycles, I notice that usually when we're in a election cycle, that there's a period of typical market retraction immediately following the election of the new administration. Sometimes there's a significant gain right around the election cycle. And then when you began the transition into the new administration, the first and second quarter of the following cycles tend to be recessionary in terms of indicating retraction, because one, it's also the time of the year that usually people and businesses are resetting as well, depending upon how the prior holiday season has played out. So, but yes, even still with looking at those particular variables, there's not an exact, knowledge of at what day, in what way, in what amounts we will move into recession.
Exactly. And, some of the question you may ask is, for those who is watching right now, please just drop us a comment or a thumbs up or give us a heart. We would appreciate it. This will help us to bring more content to you. So going back to the topics, some of the question you may ask is, are you a safe investor or a risky investor? How close are you to retirement? How much risk are you willing to take? And how much do you anticipate having in your retirement, or how can you plan in advance? And are you saving enough money right now for your retirement? And do you have an emergency fund set up? So these are the few of the questions that you may want to ask. If not, if majority of your money is in the stock market right now, how do you protect it? So with the indexing strategy, which we're going to share with you, is a way to safeguard your principal and also capture the gain, especially when the market downturns. So what is indexing strategy? That could be considered like a passive investment strategy that allow you to track the index. The most popular one is the S&P 500. And that way, you capture the gain and also protect when the market crash or market drops, and protect your principal at all time. So essentially, that's what the indexing strategies is. But we're going to go into more details how it works and exactly how it can benefit your overall portfolio. If not, some of your money should be in safe investment.
Absolutely. That's going to be outstanding. And of course, being able to protect against the downside.
Right. And it's important to have a clear picture what is important for you to prepare your retirement, and also visualize, what your retirement look like, and prioritize your goals. When you close to retirement, like, what is my retirement date? Calculate how much income you need to live during the retirement years, and also create an income strategy that incorporate safe investment or some sort of retirement income, guarantee retirement income for your for next 8 and retirement years.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go here to the next screen. Okay, so the indexing strategy will allow you to capture the benefit without risking your money at traditional investing. So what is traditional investing? So majority of your money is in the market, correct?
Absolutely. Most people have their money in the market, or they're buying, investing. Actually, they have their money in a 401k, which sadly, there was a news article that popped up the other day that was speaking to the impact now of what 401ks have done. And so the question was, are people better off or worse off since the institution of many organizations using 401ks? And sadly, people are, it appears to be worse off, because obviously those 401ks are a smaller percentage, and sometimes they come with an employer match, sometimes they do not. But oftentimes, if that's the only money that someone is putting aside, then sadly, how those funds have been allocated has impacted the growth. And unfortunately, most people don't realize the stagnant or the limited growth against the setbacks until they're ready to retire. And so you've spent 10, 20 years doing something without ever stopping to see if you needed to make a course correction. But yes, that's kind of what the traditional path looks like. And that's why then people discover that, oh my goodness, I can't retire. I've got to go back to work. Or as I've had people say, I'll have to work all of my life.
Exactly. I mean, it's with the traditional investing, your money is fully in the market, and you'll capture a lot of gains when the market goes up, but you also capture all the losses when the market goes down. Now, a lot of time we're playing catch-up game with the market, right? You gain quite a bit, and then all of a sudden the market drops, and then you have to do a catch-up, and that can be painful if you don't have that much time to catch up. And especially when you near retirement or at retirement, you want to plan at least 70% or 80% of your pre-retirement income to cover the expenses that you need for each year in retirement. And statistics show that 44% of Americans who worry that they never have enough or never able to retire because they don't have enough. And that is an all-time high right now. And then 23% of Americans who don't have any kind of retirement planning. So how do we help those that have no plan in place and how to navigate through finances so that they can ensure to have enough money for retirement. And 25% American in their 60 who could not have last more than 3 months of their savings to cover an emergency fund. This is an all-time high too. So there are a lot of people are not prepared for this kind of long-term retirement planning. So with the indexing strategy, what it does is you capture the gain without the risk of traditional investing, and also with the indexing strategy, what it does is it protects years of accumulated growth and save years of recovery with guaranteed principal, protection. What is more powerful than guarantee what you have gained and also protect your principal, right? Compared to the market loss, if you don't have to play a catch-up game here, so that is very powerful.
Absolutely. That would save a lot of time. I mean, even if it is that you are not realizing an additional gain, as long as you're staying where you are at the time that the market is experiencing a downturn, you can find yourself still on the positive end. It's when you take those hits where you're riding the roller coaster with the market that you're
Right.
most vulnerable.
Right. And also, any interest you have gained is secure and protected from the market downturns.
Mhm.
And also, the money grows and they're tax defer. So basically, what it is it gives you an opportunity to compound. It's the benefits of triple compoundings. I don't know any products out there or any strategy out there that allow you to triple compound. Number one, earning interest on the contributions. That is very powerful, right? And also earning interest upon interest, and also earning interest on the money that you would have paid into taxes, because you do not have to pay taxes every year. You only have to pay tax when you take out the money to spend. Then yes, you would have to pay taxes on that. But as long as you leave the money in there, you keep compounding the interest. So that would give you more edge, more advantage to compound money and grow your money over time, over the course of 10, 15, 20 years, and without worry about the market conditions.
And
So again, the
this,
market timing is not necessary, if you
yeah,
have an index strategy incorporate into your plan.
yeah,
Sorry.
this is so important because I think sometimes people forget about that. Now, the thing that I'm wondering is, are you also because this is your own asset that you're controlling, you're not really forced into a particular timeline in terms of when
Mm.
you should access your funds. That's
You can
correct.
access, yeah, of course, you can access the fund when you need to be. So it's not all locked up. If you utilizing the indexing strategy, there's a way that you can access to the fund at the time that you need your money, and also allow the money to grow and capture the gains. And with the annual the annual reset is another thing that locked in your interest and lock in your gain. So when the market goes up, you gain, you lock that in, the money grows. And then when the market goes down, your money is protected. So what we want to say is a zero floor. I don't know if any you've heard that term, zero floor, meaning the years that the market goes up, you gain, and the years that the market goes down, you're protected. You may not gain anything that year, but you don't lose a penny.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge benefit.
That is huge. You do not have to play the catch-up game with the indexing strategy if you should utilize that into your portfolio or some of it into this strategy and apply to grow your money and protect and save your money.
Absolutely.
And again, the power of annual reset, the interest is locked in. provide an opportunity when the index up, and also protect when the index goes down. Like the S&P 500, a lot of people are familiar with the S&P 500. Over the course of the years, is you see it goes up, right? But there are drops in like 2008, 2015, 2020, when the coronavirus hit. You can see a big dips there. So, indexing strategy can be very powerful to protect your money. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, here's if the market goes up, you capture your money is not at risk compared to traditional investing. And also, compared to traditional investing, you capture the full gain. Market goes up, you gain. Market goes down, you lose the money. But with indexing strategy, you protect that. And I want to share with you the market loss. So how your money will grow, and also what if the market drops. So you see here on the table, the last bar, which show a 50% drops. Now, if the market goes down, you have 100,000 in your 401k and the market drops 50%. So then how much do you have left if the market drops 50%?
Yeah, exactly. You're
50,000, right? 50,000. Yeah. Now, to break even after 1 year, how much do you have to gain to break even? A lot of people say 50%, right? No, you have to gain 100% to break even.
Yeah.
Right. 100% of 50,000 is 50,000 to break even. And to gain 100% after 1 year, that is really, really hard to accomplish, right? So here with the market, stock market, you capture the full spectrum, up and down. With indexing strategy, will allow you to capture just the ups and protect you from the downside. How wonderful that is.
Absolutely. That's where you begin to really see significant growth in, hopefully in less time.
Yeah.
At least secure and steady, right? Secure and steady growth along the journey.
Exactly. It's protect the downside risk, is eliminate the downside risk with the indexing strategy can be so much powerful if you apply some of these strategy into your portfolio and enjoy the gains without the risk, basically. So a lot of people, especially new retirement, they really interested, and even the young folks too, because you don't want to expose all your money in the market and put in all your eggs in one basket, right? And that will, what if the whole basket drop? All your eggs will be broken.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. And it's not only that, but it's also, as I'm a real estate investor, so I love real estate, but also the same thing is when you talk about having the ability to access the liquidity, you have to have a number of different options in your investment strategy, because with your real estate, although you may have equity built up in your real estate, it's difficult to access your real estate unless you can meet certain conditions. So you can very well be in a situation where you have an asset that does have value, but attempting to liquidate and get access to that value is what is a little bit difficult sometimes to achieve. So you want to make sure that you have the ability to leverage other assets across your portfolio. And you want all of those assets working to build value.
Exactly. And with the indexing strategy, this will allow your portfolio to grow much better, because again, you do not have to do the catch up and protect when the market downturns. So I want to share you this screen so you can see the lines here is, let's say you have 100,000 in 1998 and you start out the traditional investing or the indexing strategy. The the red line is the indexing strategy, and the green line is the red line is the market.
Mm,
The market. And the
mm,
green line is the indexing strategy. So you see in 2002, 2008, you see a big dips there, right? It goes up and down. It goes
mhm,
up and down. But the green line, you see when the market appreciate, you gain. And
mhm,
2002, when the market
mhm,
drop during that year, you're locked in. Whatever you gain are locked in. You don't lose a penny. You not gaining anything that year, but you protect it when the market dropped during that year, and then
mm,
following years when it went up, you continue to capture the gain and also picked up where you left off and start growing from there.
mhm,
So again, in 2008 as well, you see a dips in 2008, and versus the green line, you just stand still that year and you picked up to grow from there. And essentially, over the course of 15, 18 years, you see your money in the green line, which is 214,000 versus the red line, which is the stock market or 401k or IRA, is 183. So you see, this is based on historical rate of return on the S&P 500 here. So you see how your money grow over the years with this, indexing strategy versus the stock market.
mhm.
Yeah. Um, this is an example that I put together, so you can see the numbers based on the most recent, the last 24 years since 2002 to 2024. So let's say if you have 100,000, start out in 2000, you see that, 2000, there's a big drops, right? 2000, 2001, 2002, there's a huge drop. But versus the indexing strategy, if you look at the right column, your money is protected that year. You gain nothing, but you lose nothing. And in 2003, when the market appreciate, it gone up 26% in S&P 500. You gain about 15.83% on the indexing side. So overall, if your money in the S&P 500 to pass forward 2024, you would have about $342,000 with in your portfolio if you have no withdrawal, and versus 478,000 in the indexing strategy here. So you see the money with the indexing strategy, it protects your principal, it protects your interest, it protects when the market downturns. So it's very, very powerful here. And as you see the graph, you can see clearly, based on historical rate of the S&P 500, your money in the stock market in the red line and the green line, your indexing strategy, where would you put your money based on these two lines?
Well, hopefully you'd have it on the green line, but again, until you have an opportunity to see, this is where having the ability to look historically and then
Mhm.
understand, what historical performance has been. This is where a lot of times people lack information, because when you see it visually, it's easy to understand. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. I want to be on the green line.
You
But
want to
if
be in
it
the
is
green
that you
line.
have not had an opportunity to see this illustrated, then you don't know. And oftentimes, by the time you gain awareness of the illustration, you're looking back. It's like you're driving, looking in the rearview mirror, and you're looking back, what happened 10 years ago. But if that's where your money is on the red line, then the sooner you're aware that there are changes that you need to make, the sooner you begin to put yourself closer to being in alignment with an index strategy.
Exactly, and we're talking about retirement. You need to supplement your Social Security payments, because currently Social Security benefit only intended to provide about 40% of your retirement income, and the rest of it, where is it coming from? Your savings, your other retirement savings like the 401k, the IRA, or other investment that you have, real estate or other source of income, how do you come up the rest of 60%? Now, you want to create an income stream during the retirement, regardless of how long you want to live, right? You want that money to last you for a long time. And how can you achieve that? There is a way to do this to guarantee lifetime income if you should, live long into your 90s, into your 100. How can you ensure to have that money to last for a long time? There are strategies that you can incorporate into your retirement planning for this. And of course, you don't want to put all your money in the stock market where it grows and, it capture a lot of gains. But again, if the market crashes, you can lose a lot as well. So you want to create a way to retire at your own terms, not depend on the markets, not when the market dictates that, when you can take your retirement, right? So you want to accumulate the value and never have to worry about the downturns of the market. And also long-term savers, experience over time, you'll see the market downturns. It's not the question of if, when the market drops, it's a question of when, right?
Absolutely. It's just a matter of time. And speaking of time, as usual, we are probably pretty close to the top of our time.
Yes, there's one more screens a couple more screens I want to share is if you have a retirement nest egg right now and you want to calculate how much, you want to have a safe withdrawal rate about 3.3% of your retirement nest egg. So if you have 100, let's say if you have 100,000 at retirement, estimate about just to draw out 3.3% to make it last for 20 to 30 years into your retirement years. And if you're interested in how to calculate this, reach out to us. We can show you or walk you through this process. And also another screen that I want to share with you is the retirement calculation. So depending on what state you are, you can go into this website. For California, you can go to www.clstrs.com, and this will give you a calculation how to calculate your retirement and also plan ahead. And there's more information at that website as well. But any question at all, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to walk you through and also to share with you the information how to grow your money and safely protected for the retirement purpose, and also just to grow your money and protect what you have.
Absolutely. And so we will be joining you as usual next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send us an email at info@wealthdoctors.us, info at wealthdoctors.us. And we will see you again next week. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.